I am in a relationship, having a baby with someone who is 9 years younger than me. I'm 38.
This year. Two real gym crushes this year. And I am finding out that they're all right around the age of prime 25. I'm a 42-year-old woman.
Do younger men date older women? I get that question all the time because I talk a lot about the fact that, I like older women, this and that, right? But a lot of younger men do. You know what I mean?
Quick truth bomb on younger men pursuing older women. They choose us on purpose.
3 things I wish I knew before dating a younger man. 1, the age gap isn't going to be quite as much of an issue as you might initially think it is. Because I think that as I've gotten older, I've realized that it's really more about life experience than it is about numbers. 2,
Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Let's be real, younger men often bring a level of spontaneity and physical energy that can be infectious. For a woman who has spent years focusing on a career or raising a family, a younger partner can feel like a breath of fresh air, reintroducing adventure and excitement into her daily life. Is it all butterflies and excitement, or are there real hurdles to jump when you're dating someone a decade or two younger? And today we're getting real about the age gap dynamic. From navigating different life stages to handling the side eye from society, let's talk about what it's actually like when she's the one with the life experience.
So who else out there is in an age gap relationship where the girl is older than the guy? I am in a relationship, having a baby with someone who is 9 years younger than me. I'm 38. I just turned 38 in October, and he just turned 29 in September. So yeah, just wondering if there's any other age gap couples out there where the woman is the older one, not the man.
I've had only two real gym crushes this year. And I am finding out that they're all right around the age of prime 25. I'm a 42-year-old woman. So I start talking to them, right? And I see that there's no wrinkles on their face. This should be illegal. I can't be talking to you. And I'll say, oh, you're probably way too young for me or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And then they're like, wait, what? No, not at all. I'm like, okay, good sir. I don't think you realize I'm 42. I don't have that many years left in me. So yeah.
Let me drop a quick truth bomb on younger men pursuing older women. They choose us on purpose. It's not a fetish. It's not a phase. It's not because they can't get a woman their age. No. These younger men want depth. They want clarity. They want a woman that communicates. They want a woman that doesn't confuse chaos for chemistry. They love us older women because we're the safest place they've ever landed. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Yeah. We're not their older women era. We're their upgrade. And that's the truth that nobody talks about.
3 things I wish I knew before dating a younger man. 1, the age gap isn't going to be quite as much of an issue as you might initially think it is. Because I think that as I've gotten older, I've realized that it's really more about life experience than it is about numbers. 2, there are some instances where the age gap is going to come into play. Like, for instance, me being in the stage that I'm in versus the gentleman that I was seeing, there's an 8-year difference. There's a lot of things in my life that I've already done that he necessarily hasn't come across yet. And so sometimes there's some fundamental differences on what I'm like, yeah, I don't do that anymore. Like, I keep a normal sleep schedule. Like, I'm very disciplined in that, and he's in a younger life. It's not really a thing for him yet. 3, children. I already have children. I have 3 children of my own. He didn't have any children of his, and that was a conversation that we had. And when you date someone younger, you have to consider the fact that the conversation of children, it may very well come up, and they may decide that they want to have kids. So I feel like it's good to be on the same page in that regard before you do think about dating someone who's younger than you who also doesn't have children.
Why do younger men date older women? I get that question all the time because I talk a lot about the fact that, I like older women, this and that, right? But a lot of younger men do. You know what I mean? The reason why a lot of younger men go after older women or women that are older than them is it's not just to have fun. There are times where younger men go for older women just for fun and vice versa. Older women go for younger men just for fun, right? But there are times where younger men, and this happens a lot, younger men are very into how direct more mature women are, you know, because most men are very simple. We are very simple. We don't really care for the games like that. And a lot of younger women play a lot of games, okay? Or they don't really, it's always like a push and pull type of thing and dynamic with trying to, and pulling teeth trying to figure out what they want, you know, and what they're thinking. And a lot of younger women, they feel like they have to play games, you know what I mean? And kind of be push and pull, you know what I mean? When more mature women, older women, they don't have time for games. They don't care. They don't got no hang-ups, no insecurities. They're not afraid to say what they feel. They don't feel that's a sense of weakness to say what they feel. Like younger women a lot of times feel like it's a weakness for them to be vulnerable and let it be known. And older women, they're gonna tell it like it is, and younger men like that shit. Trust me, they like for you to say what you feeling. And of course, they way better in the bedroom than younger women. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Older women really need to just abandon their morals and start dating younger people like older guys do. I'm a ripe, fresh 20-year-old in my physical prime, and you can take me away from all this. I can treat you right. Yes, this was about Sophia Falcone.
Older women, younger men. Go. What do we think? Well, I think it's completely appropriate, and I think that we should be able to date whoever we want. I am not talking about a 16-year-old with a 30-year-old. I'm talking about consenting adults with a 5, 10, 15-year age gap. Anywhere from 30 up, you know what you're doing, okay? So I think it's fine. I got a message the other day from a friend, actually more of an acquaintance, messaging me, asking me about the Tinder neighbor, okay? And he said, how old is he? I said, 49. He said, why are you bothering? You're 8 years older. I'm 6 years older, but sure. Okay, I'm 56. This guy turns 50, I don't know, in a month. I said, well, yeah, 6 years. And he said, but why? Why are you bothering? I get that you act young, but why are you bothering? He's just after like a sexual thing. And I kind of thought, I don't act young. I have a young energy. I love life. I embrace things. I say yes to everything. I love adventure. I'm spontaneous. I'm not a 56-year-old old nana. Oh, even doing my washing. See? House proud as well. But I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, I have a really good life. I love my life, and I don't need someone, but I want someone, okay? But I was really, really surprised. I'm like, come on. Like, are we still talking about young men, older women? Come on. And I have dated younger men, and they have wanted to have relationships with me, but I have had to let them go because I feel like, you know, they're going to want to have children at some point. And obviously I'm past all that. I've got kids. I'm fine. And I love the energy of a younger man. I don't want to date a 60-year-old. I don't want to date an old man that, A, sexually, they're getting incompatible, and B, they just become kind of old ladies a little bit. You know, the old man, they lose their testosterone, they become more feminine. But I was really surprised that this guy really was thinking that older women can't date younger men. Like, can we stop the judging? Can we just do whatever the hell we want to do? I got to go and take my washing out. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that women are in their sexual prime in their 50s and mid-50s, and they need men in their mid-40s or early 50s to keep up. What do you think?
Y'all, my therapist said something about this whole cougar thing that kind of shook me a little. She goes, I know you're not going out with these younger men because you're chasing youth. You're going out with these younger men because they meet you where you are. And I was like, well, damn. Because I thought the world was going to tell on me like I'm out here robbing cradles or something. But yeah, she goes, they're present. They ask questions and they actually pay attention. They're not bitter. They're not jaded. They're not carrying around 37 unresolved breakups on their back like a duffel bag. She said, You're finally choosing people that make you feel alive instead of responsible. That took me out because that's it. That's it. And again, it's not about age. It's about energy. It's about how I feel when I'm with someone. Do I feel seen? Do I feel playful? Do I feel like myself? So yeah, if that comes in a younger package with a little bit too much pre-workout in its system, then so be it. I'm not out here chasing youth. I'm out here chasing joy. Joy. And that is something that I will never apologize for.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Let's chat for a little bit. So, the other day I saw a post of Little Kim and her boo, and I made a comment. Who told me to make that comment? I'm going to post what I said. Pretty much all I said is I don't understand why, what's going on with women nowadays dating younger men like that. I wouldn't want my 24-year-old son with a 50-year-old. Who told me to say that? They went crazy in the comments. A bunch of women came in there and was saying, so what? Nothing is wrong with it. He's grown. Now, ladies, this is the double standard that I do not like that we do. Now, whenever a man posts that he's dating, a 40-year-old posts that he's dating a 19-year-old or a 23-year-old, he's a pervert, he's a manipulator, he got all kind of issues. Why when a woman do it? Yes, girl, go ahead, do your thing. It's just as bad for me. I don't think it's okay for the woman to do it or the man to do it. Because this is the thing. A person that's in their, 25, 23, I don't think, people do what you want to do. No judgment. I'm just making my opinion. Because I know I have a 20-plus-year-old son. And I don't want to see him with no 50-year-old. I'm sorry. I do not. Now, can I tell him what to do? He got to do what he want to do regardless. But I wouldn't want to see my 21-year-old son, 23-year-old son, 24-year-old son with a 50-year-old woman. I don't want it at all. No. That woman has more maturity. That woman knows more. And yes, I will call it that she can manipulate him as well because she knows more. That's just the facts. I don't understand how all the women are in the comment making all this excuses. Ladies, we got to do better. Since we normalizing this, and I'm not going to say this haven't been happening. It's always been a sugar mama out there ready to take somebody's son. It's always been that. But my thing is, don't normalize it and take away the fact that just like how y'all could normalize it and say the man ain't shit and he is all that, it's the same way y'all need to hold the women accountable. Don't try to justify it and talk about, oh, it's because of this and because it's the same reason the men are doing it is the same reason the women are doing it. So don't justify it. Call it what it is. Y'all are a bunch of weirdos that like to date. If you are 40 years old and you dating a 21-year-old, you are a weirdo. I said it. I don't care who get offended. You have some type of insecurity issue. You got some type of issues where you want to hold on to your youth. Something is wrong with you. It's normalized more when the men do it because usually men chase after younger women. No justification for men. But when I see a woman that come on now. What is your point of doing it? The only reason a young 21-year-old could tell me anything is where's the fries? McDonald's is right there. Ma'am, do you want me to wash your car? That's all a 21-year-old could say to me. But I could never see myself having a relationship, a sexual, emotional connection to a 21-year-old. Ladies, talk to me in a comment and let me know, why are y'all so full of shit and why y'all have a double standard when it comes to women doing it? It's not okay. That woman that's pregnant for that 21-year-old, 22-year-old, that's insane. It's not okay. And it's not okay for men, but I'm talking to the women. So please don't come tell me what men do. I'm talking to y'all.
Often, younger men in this generation are more comfortable with a woman's success. They aren't looking to compete with her legacy. They're looking to be a part of her world, which creates a much more supportive environment. Many women find that younger partners carry fewer rigid expectations about traditional gender roles, allowing for a relationship built on genuine friendship and modern flexibility.
Men dating older women, this is not just a trend that we're seeing lately. This is actual psychology in motion. According to evolutionary psychology, older women often project confidence, emotional intelligence, secure attachment, and really good communication. And studies show that men who seek connection over control in relationships are often drawn to women with clear boundaries and self-knowledge. So translation, she's not playing games, she knows who she is and what she wants. And the man who wants a real connection, a real relationship, not just to control and get notches on his belt, that man will be attracted to an older woman. Also, many younger men these days are really tired of performative dating. They want real connection. They want less ego and a lot more empathy. And let's be honest, older women are tired of coddling fragile masculinity. They just don't do it anymore. So the dynamic works because both parties in the relationship are kind of after the same thing. They want reality and no BS. It's not just a weird phase that we're seeing in culture, it's really a shift in power dynamics. And it's shaking up the gendered expectations that movies and culture tell us that we're supposed to expect. And as a bonus, Pew Research actually shows that age gap relationships are rising faster than ever in the last 5 years, specifically age gap relationships where the woman is older. If you're a younger guy and you're into older women, you're probably emotionally ahead of a lot of your people.
The 25 to like 30-year-old guys, I'm almost 36.
Yeah.
Those guys are excited to go out with me. They will plan the date. They will go the extra mile, and they have this like young, fun, they want to impress me. It's the guys who are my age and older that feel kind of jaded. Like, they're just like, yeah, let's go on a walk. Fuck your walk, man.
A walk?
I'm sick. Don't ask me to go plan a date. You're not going to, huh? Because you're going to show up in Lululemon shorts and I'm going to look somewhat cute. I'm going to have to put on makeup. That the effort level is not matching. And I need to match.
I also am like, no, let's just FaceTime. You want to FaceTime vibe chat?
Yeah, if that's what this walk is for, count me out.
Would you marry a younger man? Well, I did. I have some experience with it. I mean, a lot of people say, should older women marry younger men? After I got divorced from my husband, who was 10 years older than me, I went into the dating world, and guys that were younger were the only people that wanted to date me. And I'm like, this is so weird. Like, I was brought up, I'm sure you guys know, guys want younger women. I thought that this was nuts. But I met a man 13 years younger. I wouldn't advocate for this, but after 3 weeks, we got married. And we were married for 16 years. It worked for 16 years. We're not together, but it had nothing to do with age. So I go back out in the dating world, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to put myself in a box. I'm going to try dating men of all different ages. Well, it just worked out. I am now happily married to my husband of 10 years, and he's 10 years younger. So you guys tell me, what do you think? Should older women marry younger men? I want to hear it.
I'm not judging, but I'm kind of judging. Okay, so hear me out. I've seen a video on TikTok where they have like a side-by-side photo, and it's one of them from like when they first started dating to now. But the thing is, it's not necessarily like the photos, it's more so the age difference like is pretty insane, right? The girl is like way older than the boy, and it's just like, it's really sus, right? So I'm looking through the comments, and there's all these girls talking about, I'm so-and-so, basically dating people way younger than them. And normally I don't judge. I don't like to judge at all. But it's like, oh, and then I seen a girl who was like 27, something like that, dating a 17-year-old. 17, 27. Like, and she said it so like, you know, like it was normal. And then she's like, we're on our baby. I'm 40 and he's so fucking what he said. I forgot what she said. But they're having a baby or whatever. And I'm like, how? Why? Like, okay, from a girl's perspective, from a girl's perspective, I'm very territorial. I am jealous. I constantly compare myself to other women. That's not healthy, but today's beauty standards have really, really done that to a woman, okay? So it's like, if I would never be in your shoes, never. But if I were to ever, which I would never, I'm just giving you guys like an example, hypothetical, okay? If I'm dating somebody way younger and we like going to somewhere in public and I see somebody who is around the same age group as him, really pretty, like, that will tear me up inside. Like my self-esteem would always be like, he's gonna leave me for somebody younger, or my mindset would be like, oh, he's gonna leave me for somebody younger. Like, that's just kind of like what comes with that, right? I think. But it's like, how, like, what do you guys have conversations about? That's so gross. You groomed him. That's so nasty. Okay, like, what are you thinking?
All right, I need somebody to explain to me what it is with guys now, younger guys hitting on older women. Like, is this a real thing? Like, a real thing? Like, bro, like, I just had somebody that was 30. 30 slide into. Anyway, like, is this real? Like, are you guys being real? Do you know I got some time on you? Like, bro, what are you doing? Like, what? Like, is it? Where do you think that's gonna go? You know what I mean? It's 3:00 in the afternoon. I still have my robe on. I am sitting in peace with no makeup on. I don't give a shit. Was my cats? Like, what? Is this real? Like, tell me if this is real. And it's not just one. You know what I mean? It's not just one. It's just, please explain.
Hello, my beautiful butter babies. So I need y'all to walk with me. Just walk with me, okay? So this is for my women mainly that are 40 and above, okay? So me and my friend, like my friend group, some of us are single, dating, some are divorced, all that, right? And we're all 40 and above. Like, yeah, I'm the youngest and I just turned 40 this year. So everybody's older. And we were talking about as women, how we get approached by younger men a lot. And I'm not talking like 30s, like late, mid 30s. I'm talking about like mid 20s, early 20s, right? Like a guy approached me, he was 22. I said, baby, I have a niece that is your age. I could be your mama. No, no. But we were talking about that and we were all like, it is wild how like these little young girls want us. And I was like, I get it. I get it. Because we're millennials and we are a good time and a great vibe, great. But we were also saying like how most of us in high school dated older men. Now that we've done the work and the healing, we know that wasn't appropriate and that was real pedophile-ish. Because let's be real, I was 16 dealing with a man that was 22. We had nothing in common, sir. But looking back on that, we was like, and most of like all of our dating life, we dealt with older men. Like we dealt with men that were maybe a few years older than us or whatever. But now that we're younger, we're kind of making up for that experience by dating younger men. Walk with me. Like for real, walk with me. Because it really feels like we are kind of healing that inner trauma or that inner, not teenage girl, but that inner 20s girl that dated older men that didn't experience dating men like their own age, like that were younger and that were, out and having fun and doing all of that. Does that make sense or am I crazy? Because I said this in the group chat and they were like, that kind of makes sense. Like everybody was on the train. And so I was like, this kind of makes sense. And I'm like, I'm kind of here for it because also I'm like very like, I don't know. I don't really like dating, especially men in their 20s. But one of my friends was like, think about your friends that have good sons and you've watched. I said, one, I would never date like one of my friend's sons. That's never an option. But she was like, but think about how well they were raised. She was like, some of them have better manners than men that are our own age. I said, that is very true. And some of them are more ambitious and about their business than men that are our own age. We have 40-year-old SoundCloud rappers out here. I'm just saying. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah. I was like, it feels like we're healing that inner young woman in us. Tell me if that makes sense or not.
I think I've reached the point where I'm accepting the fact that I will probably most likely end up being a cougar, and that doesn't bother me at all. No. But I say that because I just left the store and there was this like 21-year, he had to have been like in his early 20s. He se miraba niño, pero like un niño decente, like he wasn't on no bullshit. He wasn't catcalling, none of that. But I must have been like at least 10 feet behind him. But like he noticed that we were both headed towards the exit. So that man, I'm gonna call him a man. I'm gonna give it to him. I'm gonna give him his flowers. That man held that door for me until I, exited. And, I giggled because it was so nice and I was just like, thank you, because he didn't have to do that. But it's like sometimes these younger men are just more well-rounded or well-mannered than the older ones.
In case y'all didn't know, I'm a cougar. Meow.
but I'll still date Pops if he's got some swag. So I was walking and talking with this guy the other day, and just like then, he heard my knees pop. And he looked at me and said, Auntie, is that your knees popping? And he said, ooh, you old. I said, baby, that don't mean I'm old. That just means I'm double jointed. I said, baby, you got me all the way twisted, cause, honey.
What do we think about this? Kristen Cavallari debuts new relationship with 24-year-old boyfriend Mark Estes. Mark Estes, I don't know how to say his last name. Anyway, so Kristen Cavallari, she's 37 years old. Is she beautiful? Does she look good for her age? Yes, she does, of course. But as you've guessed, the ladies of social media love this for her. They love it. They're saying good for you. They're really rooting for her. They're encouraging it. And some are actually following suit and lowering their age group on dating apps to date younger men also, because they think that they're going to be like Kristen Cavallari. And if Kristen Cavallari is doing it, then they have to do it also. Now let's stop to think for a second, okay? All of the times that men date younger women, when is it ever celebrated by women? When has a woman ever said, hey, good for him, good for him? When has a woman ever encouraged it and actually said that that relationship was going to be a success? Never, never. When a man dates younger, he is belittled, judged very, very much. And sometimes he's called a predator. Most of the time, he's looked at as a predator from women. Oh, and another big one that I hear when women see men dating a younger woman, he's taking advantage of her, of course. But does that also mean that Kristen is taking advantage of this fellow? No, it doesn't, because of course women can do no wrong. It's only wrong if men do it, which is actually funny because it makes more sense when men do it. I personally don't get the whole women dating younger men. It makes zero sense to me. If you want a serious relationship, I don't know why you would be dating a younger man. The only thought that I can think of is if you want to feel young again, then I guess it makes sense. But the sad part is that the reality is the relationship is more likely to work with a 24-year-old woman and 37-year-old man than it is with a 24-year-old man and 37-year-old woman. Women mature faster. We know this, men know this, everyone knows this, it's common knowledge. The reality is this relationship gonna work? No, it's not. Women know this deep down. The women that are supporting her and saying, you go girl, they know this also, but women will never tell other women the truth, unfortunately. The thing is too, I believe Kristen has 3 kids already, so that makes things a lot more complicated. Even if the kids weren't in the picture, it's a rare situation where a woman dating a much younger man works out long term. Don't come at me with the exceptions. I get it. There's exceptions to every single situation, but it's not the general rule. The general rule, the likely of this relationship working out is very unlikely. Maybe she's in a phase where she's like, hey, I just want to have fun. I want to pretend like I'm 20 years old again. That's probably what it's at. I mean, she had the kids, she had the divorce, and for her to be now dating a 24-year-old man, I think it speaks volumes of the phase that she's in. For her to have a podcast and say that she's learned so much about dating and she knows what red flags to avoid now and that people should go for her for dating advice. Well, honestly speaking, this says a lot. This choice that she made says a lot. It doesn't show that she learned much from her divorce, to be honest. And to me, it just shows that she just wants to have fun right now. She's just looking for fun. Because if she's looking for a serious relationship, there's absolutely no way that she can be that delusional to think that this is going to work out in the long run. And you can call me a hater all you want, but you guys all know that I'm telling the truth. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Do you think this relationship is gonna work out?
At the end of the day, the best relationship isn't the one that looks good on paper. It's the one that feels good in your soul. But I want to hear from you. Have you ever dated someone younger? What was the biggest surprise for you? Or, if you're hesitant, what's holding you back? Drop a comment below. I'll be jumping in to read and reply to as many as I can. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more honest talk about